Do any of you have any questions you'd like to ask before you have to go out to your next event? And I do too. It doesn't have to be on that. On any other.
What's the hardest part of your job?
Very good question. The hardest part of my job is that there are so many problems and issues that demand my attention and that I want to solve. I always want to try to solve every problem, whether it's a community like yours that might be in need of federal funds to help the lobstermen sustain working waterfronts so it's not all developed as condos, or whether it's a veteran who is having a problem getting his benefits from the federal government, or whether it's working on bigger issues in the sense that they affect more than one community or one person, involving homeland security or our economy or the need for more jobs or better schools. And I am on a lot of committees, and so I feel like it's very hard to, there need to be 3 of me. I need clones. I'm against cloning except for when it comes to myself, but if I can clone myself. I go back and forth to Maine virtually every weekend, and so that's a lot of travel, but it's really good because I meet with constituents, it keeps me in touch, and it keeps me grounded. It reminds me of what Maine people are really talking about. Energy prices, the high cost of gas, for example, is such a burden right now. And so going home and keeping in touch is very important. But that's very hard. It's a 7-day-a-week job. In fact, I'll never forget, not this past Christmas, but the Christmas before, when the Christmas Day bomber tried to attack our country. And so on Christmas night, rather than just relaxing with my family, I was getting a briefing from the Department of Homeland Security about Matala. And my poor staff was fielding all these press calls, and so it was hard for them as well. But I'm very lucky to have a great staff who are very dedicated to serving the people of Maine. So that's the hardest part.
And I wanted to let you know that these students will be graduating from 8th grade, and most of you probably are going to Lincoln Academy, which is where I went to high school.
Well, I'll tell you, if you come out as well as Kevin, you'll do very, very well in life, because he is an absolute star. And I feel so lucky to have him advising me and telling me what to do and what not to do. Sometimes I even listen. But anybody else have a question? Yes.
How do you make time for everything?
It's, you see these circles? It's hard, and it's hard to get a balance. I have a camp on Coldstream Pond, north of Bangor, and it's strictly seasonal. The water's out of the lake, it's not heated, and that's a real oasis for me. As far as going up, I love to kayak and have friends up and cook and read and just relax there. So I try to make time for that as well. I love to read, and I read every night before I go to bed, no matter how late it is. And that's kind of nice because it transports me to another world. And it's why I like reading fiction rather than nonfiction. Yeah. And so I try to balance it, but it's a pretty all-consuming job. It takes a lot of dedication. But you know, it's a real honor. And I feel very privileged to represent Maine. And I figure that the way I can show that I recognize the trust that's been placed in me is by working really hard. And that's why I'm proud that I'm the only senator who's never missed a roll call vote ever, except for some brand new senators who haven't had a chance to miss one yet, you know. But I'm very proud of that, because I think it shows my dedication to the job that I'm honored to hold. It would be the equivalent of you're never missing a day of school from kindergarten through to high school. So, and sometimes that can be a problem.